Hey guys, driving again. Thought I would share one of the other lessons that I was writing about or putting into the training module, and that's body positioning when you're talking with customers. And I know a lot of places you talk across a counter. On the phone it's different because this isn't about on the phone. I've got whole other tactics for talking on the phone. This is when you're talking face to face with the customer. If they're in the workshop, if they're in the reception and you're able to talk to them, how you position yourself. Now, most benches are set up, or most desks are set up that you're across from them and you're talking at them. And that's adversarial in my view. And I read this from a psychology book or a sales psychology book about 20 years ago. And I learned and I took it and I went, oh, that's brilliant. And I've used it so many times, hundreds of times throughout the years. And that's stand beside someone when you're talking to them. When you're trying to sell someone or explain something to them, stand beside them, not across from them. And it's funny when you think about it, the more I think about it, all sport, you're across, they call it your opponent, like literally they're your enemy. Not that you like sport shouldn't be about enemies, but there's your opponent. You stand across from them, you don't stand beside them. And I was trying to think, like, what sports do you actually stand next to someone? And the only one I could think of was darts. You stand next to each other, but then you sort of stand up and you take turns. But darts is really just I'm not hanging shit on darts players here, but literally it's just a pub game. Like, you drink beers, you throw darts, you smoke darts, you throw darts, you drink beers. And the other's golf. But again, in golf, it's one person at a time. So you're all pointing in the same direction, but you're not standing beside each other. Getting off track here. In sport, normally it's adversarial. It's you versus them. There's a winner. When you stand beside someone, you become a comrade. You become like part of their team. Now, when you stand with a report from the customer's car and you've got all your prices written down on it, you might have like you might have prices you don't want them to see, like your cost price on things. Don't ever stand with that in front of a customer. Have something that's got the repairs required, even if you write it on a bit of paper. Repairs required, looks far better if it's printed. Repairs required, the total cost. You don't have to break it down into parts and labour. And then you just go out, and I would say, Mr. Simons or whatever. And if they were sitting on one of the couches waiting for their car, if we were doing a report on it, I'd go and sit next to them and become their friend. Well, of course they were friendly. What? They were paying me money. Of course I was friendly with them, and they were normally friendly with me because we had thousands of customers that were repeat business, like very, very loyal customers. But I would never stand across the desk from them. If I had the chance, I would walk around the counter and actually stand beside them and say, this is what we found on your vehicle. And as I'm nodding, you notice they start nodding as well. It becomes a we decision instead of a me decision. Instead of me saying, you need this, 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 and this, and I'm pointing a finger at him, I'm pointing to a report and we're looking at it together. They are 9 times out of 10 going to be more likely to say yes to all of the repairs than if you stood across from them and just went, this is what you need. You might think I'm fucking crazy, but I can tell you I have done this I don't know how many times, and it was trained into the managers in my stores. If you get the chance to stand beside someone, stand beside someone, because it will make a bloody big difference in your close rate. If you don't believe me, try it. Write it down. So you can't have like a job card where you've got all the bits and pieces written out, cost parts, times and variables, things like that. If you've got that information, write them down neatly on a bit of paper and actually go through like on an official report. Don't just have it scribbled on your hand. Go, Mr. Johnson, here's what we found with your vehicle. And instead of across from them, go and sit beside them. Try it. Guarantee you report back to me and say, holy shit, that works. Like, my gosh, everyone says yes. Take it and run with it. Until I meet you in person, you got cars to fix and I've got shit to do. That's the saying, I've got people to do and things to see. Hope your workshop's flat out. Get back to it. See ya.